Hello, everybody. Welcome again to another episode of Camcast. Hope you missed me. Anyway, I'm your host, Cam, of course. Thank you again to all my returning viewers, and welcome to any of my newer viewers or visitors, if you prefer that term better. But welcome again to our channel on Camcast, and I hope you enjoy it. Today is going to be a pretty good topic. I'm feeling good about it. I was actually pretty inspired to do this one. So, yeah, I've got, you can get your notepad ready. It's not really like a note taking one, but I don't know if some of my current viewers or supporters enjoy taking notes. Some people who have seen the video, recognize me in other places, would even show it to me. So, and it, I don't exactly remember or recall every single thing that I say, but of course, I can tell it was me. So, but yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the episode. So, our first segment usually is basically a rundown of the outfit that I'm doing, as we, of course, cater to. There's many ways to kind of call it gent talk or menswear, gentlemen's fashion, things of that nature. So that's kind of what this is basically. So rundown of that. Let's start with this brown suit that I have on. Solid shirt, burgundy tie. I was actually just kind of thinking about how, like, with these ties, what they do is like burgundy and red are kind of very close together, and so it's like, you got the word crimson. I guess if they're kind of meshed together, they're very close in colors and in like hue, if you will, color hue. There was a burgundy bow tie that I bought one time that I purchased, and what led me to purchasing is because I always just wanted a burgundy bow tie, and I thought it was burgundy, but whenever I looked at the tag after getting it, it said it was dark red. And so when I looked at it really, 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 really close, it showed that, yeah, it said it. Well, I mean, it showed, yep, okay, I can see where the red is now. But of course, from afar, it looks burgundy. And, well, you just got the best of both worlds. So I was like, oh, okay, well, ha 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 ha. I probably wear that one more than any of them now that I think about it. And it looks like it too. So, but yeah, so I have that on, the full suit on, full brown. I have on some blue. Well, of course, I have this blue pocket square over here. I have blue dress socks on and some dark brown Oxford shoes. It's been a while since I've worn shoes, dress shoes with the laces. I guess just getting with the times, right? So I'm normally wearing like the monk strap Oxfords or penny loafers. Those are pretty much my favorite ones. I have most of those in my wardrobe, and of course, just in case, mainly like my black dress shoes are the ones that have laces on them, because those would be for like the more formal events. So, but I also have here too my some suspenders on. I'm a big fan of suspenders. I think they're pretty stylish, and I wouldn't really say they pop. I don't really wear them out. I'm gonna try to get into doing that. Normally, whenever I do wear suspenders, I have it where I have like a vest of some sort on top of them. So it's like they're there, but only I know that. So, but yeah, so they're pretty nice. They feel pretty great. You got to get used to them. It's more of an acquired taste, because when I first got into them, it wasn't easy. It took some time. So, but yep, that's them. So if y'all want to see them more, just let me know in the comments, and I'll just let them out. But yeah, so that's pretty much the end of our talk on that. Well, I guess another, to carry on into our next segment, to further that conversation, I've noticed like lately, I was actually even asked about this once. I'm bigger on like solid shirts. I used to be bigger on, well, when I would wear, I guess you would say, like Oxford shirts or more, I wouldn't really say dressier shirts, but other types of shirts that you don't really wear with suits. I would wear probably more like plaid or like patterns on top of them. But really, with like dress shirts, just I typically get like solid shirts, solid colors, things like that. I do have ones with patterns, but they don't tend to kind of blend with the certain type of suits or coats that I might put them with, or even pants, trousers, or slacks that I may put them with. So when in doubt, just go salad is kind of really how I do it. And even sometimes I find myself, even if I'm searching for or going through my collection, I even gravitate more towards solid suits. So it's just easier, put it on, excuse me, and keep it going. But like I said, I still do wear like pattern things from time to time. So, and they typically get a lot more attention. So, but yes, so today I had a few topics to bring to y'all, and I don't really want to. It's kind of a it's almost like a political conversation. Now that I think about it, but it's not, because it's up to you. I thought that I would kind of speak on this topic a little bit, and nothing negatively, just kind of basically putting my thoughts out there about it. So when it comes to, I know a lot of people may be kind of concerned, especially if you're in college, or even I would say even high school, because I think with some individuals, this conversation may even start in high school. I know for myself, the conversation actually started in high school, but it wasn't as intense as it was, or at least the decision was not as intense to me as in high school as it was when I got into college. So what that is Greek life. I don't really know if there's actually another word for it. So my opinion on it is, I think that it's a great thing. It's a there's lots of things that come with it, and then there's just like everything in life, you have your cons, or I'm sorry, your pros and your cons. I like to start with the positive before I get to the negative. So you just with everything, you typically have that, and it just depends on kind of how you look at it. It's it's a great thing. You have to make sure that you're getting into it for the right reasons, of course. If you're not getting into it for the right reasons, it might, your experience may not be the same as other people's. So there's a lot of videos I've noticed online that talk about, a lot of denouncement videos and people criticizing it, this, that, and the third. The thing about it is that I've listened to a few of those videos, and it just goes kind of beyond what they were talking about. I mean, you got to think about it. There's the thing that kind of drew me, or in my interest to it, is the idea that there were so many, there's diversity in it. There are different groups to choose from. So I was always thinking, okay, well, in all honesty, sir or ma'am, it kind of, this may, I mean, depending on how other viewers may look at it, from my perspective, I viewed it as, okay, well, this just means that this is, what would you say? I wouldn't even say dissatisfaction, but this means, okay, this is a bad review. Excuse me for a second. this is a bad review basically for this particular group. And of course, they would, you can't really technically, unless you have factual evidence about each one. And when I'm talking not only as an overall, but I'm talking about from individuals within it, you can't speak negatively on the entire thing from one perspective with one group of people. Like, but so in other words, what I'm saying is that it has its downfalls, it has its pitfalls, but what doesn't in life? And so it's not something that should really be frowned upon as much as it is. Usually, most of the people that do that, of course, they may not tell you everything about it. And no, I'm not making this video to basically combat any of those videos because their experiences, there's no saying that those experiences won't become yours or that yours won't be worse. So I'm not gonna say I'm combating them. I'm just saying there's a we gotta have a bit more of an open mind about how we're gonna view these organizations and their practices and things because technically I know the main thing about it is how secular that they can be, but let's talk about other things that in this world that most people might find attractive or they might be interested in that would also be considered secular. So let's speak on that as well. And that's something that, of course, well, since they're doing their own video, no, nobody's asking them that. Nobody's playing a devil's advocate, if you want, about it. So it's like they're just kind of saying what they want about it with no rebuttal unless it's in the comments or whatnot. But typically, of course, the only people that might be interested in even viewing that video are those that want to agree and support what they're saying for their own, I guess, possibly highly biased reasons. So when it comes to it, I think it's a great experience. I've heard good things about it from many different people. I've seen them do great things. It's a great way, to bond, to do things like that. That's really mainly what it's about. It's I've seen how the impact that it's had on high school students that have been interested, that it really brings them in to, college. It gives them a reason to go because nowadays many students and many people, many young people are looking for all types of reasons and motivations and influences as to go to school. In the past, that wasn't really a thing. It was, we were, of course, happy, we were lucky, or people might have been lucky to get the opportunity to go and further their education. Today, it's not really the same type of mindset. It's kind of like, oh, well, you know, it costs more. And trust me, your professors will tell you whenever, especially if you're not doing well in the class and you're getting closer to possibly dropping it before the end of the semester, they will tell you, yes, if you plan to repeat this class, remember, tuition and fees, they're not getting any cheaper. So I do understand that part, but I've seen people really enjoy themselves in it, and I just kind of wanted to give you my point of view on that. But so aside from that, let's talk about traveling. So I know we've had recent events where there was a catastrophe that took place. So condolences to those victims that were involved in that, as well as to their families. And I know that was a whole debacle. So I wanted to go ahead and make that known first. But if you all have any like traveling fears, well, I want to know, how did most of you travel? Do most of you find yourselves traveling by, I guess, on the ground, or do you fly? Because just basically, I know that you can look up the statistics, of course, easily, like on a Google search, to see how many people travel more through the air, through flight, or do they travel more on the road? I used to travel a lot on the road. Now I travel more through, I guess you say, through flight. So, but that's just my perspective. Well, I mean, I'm not saying that one is better than the other, but it depends on where you're going to. So, with that being said, too, whenever you do travel and you go on vacations or to your destination for it might even be work or whatnot, what do y'all typically prefer, hotels or Airbnbs? So, I don't really have a really biased opinion on either. I do like hotels, but Airbnbs are nice too, and I've heard kind of pros and cons on both. So on people that have experienced both, I sometimes I feel like hotels probably give you they're a little bit more you are a guest, whereas with Airbnbs it's kind of and it depends on your personality. It's like basically your own house away from your house. So because it's you don't really, there's not much maintenance that takes place while you're there, of course, or any, depending on how long you're there. The rules to me, what I've experienced, are a lot more. There are more rules, and they are a bit stricter on what it is you can and can't do. I'm not one to really that goes there to break the rules, of course not. However, it's like just to know that, hey, you're going to get charged for XYZ if this happens and things like that. Now, I'm not knocking them, but that was just interesting, which is why I asked if how do y'all feel about that? What is your opinions on that? So, whereas hotels are pretty tight on that too. They actually make you sign something or whatnot, this, that, and the third. But however, they may not have as many, I guess, valuables or valuable as much valuable furniture that is decorated in the room, but they have some there. And well, a person choosing an Airbnb is going to have a different mindset or has a different focus or intent on their stay than somebody in a hotel. Somebody in a hotel, like for instance, if you're just coming off the road, 9 times out of 10, you can just walk into a hotel and basically, I mean, whether you're gonna get a room or not, that might be up for debate. But with Airbnb, you kind of have to schedule that in advance. So it's like, and actually, the more that I talk about this, I guess the more the two kind of make a little bit more sense to me. But that's kind of, I hope maybe this helped y'all make your decisions a little bit more and your choices for any of your travel destinations in the future. But yeah, let me know what y'all think, and maybe even give me some helpful suggestions or whatnot. Because honestly, I still kind of go back and forth with both, but I do have my preferences. So, but yeah, so whenever on the next video, I will, of course, kind of give more of my expose on what I think about Greek life, and I will even let y'all know where my participation might even be involved. So, who knows? But I guess you'll find out then. And on top of that, I'll give y'all another whiff at my collection. I haven't really added much to it lately, just kind of smaller things, smaller details. So, yeah, you can look forward to that as well. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I thank you once again to all of my returning viewers and supporters for basically continuing to stick with me. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If there's any changes that you would make to it or anything like that, please let me know, and we'll see what we can do. Usually, I think I have kind of put some other things that people might have suggested in here. And to those of you that asked me for that, wasn't many, but I hope that you got that from it. So, and if you didn't, let me know. And so that's kind of how we do it even for my newer visitors. So, with that being said, I will see you all next time, and keep looking sharp out there and keep being sharp. Not only looking sharp, but being sharp. And I'll see y'all next time on Camcast. Have a good one.